Our theme for this month, who knows what our theme is? Kind of. Missions is what our topic is. Our theme is what? Underground. And so we're talking about missions in general, but specifically we want to talk about part of the church that's a part of our family. They're part of the church. We want to talk about a part of the church that has to serve God in secret. And that many of them are persecuted. Many of them are arrested. Many of them, when they become followers of Christ, they're kicked out of their families. They're kicked out of their jobs. And they know what it means to sacrifice. They know what it means when they commit their lives to Christ, that it means they may lose everything. And it's a really powerful theme. We're going to actually show some videos from some of the persecuted people and persecuted pastors from the underground church. We'll show some of that footage. Because here's the thing. We think, how does that affect us here? It affects us here in so many ways because they're part of us, for one. Because Jesus told us that my house will be a house of prayer for all nations. Because God's heart is for the nations of the world. Because it's like this. It's like we live in a restaurant that there's so much food. You ever been to a restaurant where there's a buffet? And you go through, what do you say? Golden Corral? Yeah, I guess that's a restaurant. I went through this buffet, and you ever go through a buffet where you eat so much, where just to think of going and eating one more thing makes you sick? Okay, well that is the church in America. It's like we have so much of the gospel. It's like a buffet. We can go to this church. We don't like it there now. We can go to this church. We can watch it on TV, listen to the radio, download the podcast or iPods, read the books, read the t-shirts. There's so much of the gospel. It's like we're so stuffed that just one more thing will make us sick. Like that's what it's like to live in America. But it's not like that around the world. Right? You get so full you're tired, just want to lay down. Right? Well, that's what it's like spiritually. You get so full spiritually, you get lazy. You get full. You get like almost hypnotized like that. Right? So here's why we're talking about this part of the world when it comes to missions. Then you need to go on missions somewhere, anywhere. South America, Latin America, Central America, South America, Canada, Africa, Australia, Asia, wherever. You need to go somewhere. But specifically, we're talking about this part of the world because a lot of times they're forgotten. A lot of times we don't think about them. A lot of times we're not praying for them. And we go where it's easy. The reason the unreached are unreached is because it's hard to reach them. That's why they're unreached. And so a lot of times we just want to go where it's easy. We've got to say this and why this message is so important for your generation. Because we have the opportunity right now. Your generation has the opportunity, and really even coming out of my generation, between my generation and your generation, it is possible that we can finish the Great Commission. Jesus gave us the Great Commission. He said, here is your goal. Here is your purpose in life. Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation, to every creature. Preach the gospel to all creation, right? That's what Jesus told us to go into all the world. So there's enough money, enough technology, and enough people, yet the job doesn't get done. Why? Because we're selfish. Because we're focused on our lives, our comfort, what we have, what we need. And so what we've got to say, now the older people, it's going to be a lot harder to change their minds. It can happen. But your generation, what we can do is put those seeds in their hearts right now. So as they grow as Christians and as they grow into their careers, that this will already be in their heart.